2 weeks into the new year, and the new model rumor mill is starting to heat up as people are sharing rumors of a forthcoming and new ChatGPT model. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief. Today we are talking about the latest leaks/rumors about the next ChatGPT model, but I think it's important to put all of this in its proper context. Let's do a quick hit of the last 5 months of OpenAI model releases. Things started pretty inauspiciously in August with the release of GPT-5. Now, we've gone over lots of times all of the problems with the GPT-5 release. One very big problem was the deprecation of 4.0 alongside it, which had people angry at them for reasons that had nothing to do with the model's performance and everything to do with other changes that were being made at the same time. We've also discussed how if they had simply called their biggest reasoning models like o3 GPT-5, the perception of the performance jump might have been very different. Basically, in some ways, they were kind of a victim of their own making. Whatever the case, the context it came into was not a great moment for the narrative around AI, and GPT-5 did nothing to alleviate that. That's when we were getting these, in retrospect, very silly op-eds in publications like The New Yorker. What if AI doesn't get much better than this? Fast forward a couple months and the pressure was on for Google to deliver. There was a while there where I wasn't even sure that Google was actually going to drop Gemini 3 in November because of the amount of pressure they were under to get it right. But get it right they did, at least in the court of public opinion. When Gemini 3 came out, people were extremely excited about it. They were impressed with Gemini 3 Pro as a model for their intellectual and work tasks, and of course, Nano Banana Pro's ability to make infographics opened up all sorts of totally new possible use cases. It turns out that OpenAI knew they were in for a rough patch. Back in October, it turns out, Sam Altman had warned some staff in a memo that he expected some rough vibes around the launch of Google's new models. Rough vibes they got, ultimately leading to Altman and the team at OpenAI declaring a code red. Now, what this code red meant, in short, was a cessation or at least a slowdown of work on a lot of ancillary features and products to double, triple, quadruple down on core ChatGPT features, including the models underneath powering it. That got us to GPT 5.2, as well as the new ChatGPT Images model, which is, it should be noted, a 1.5 model, not a full jump to Image Gen 2. Now, 5.2 and the new ChatGPT Images are good models. 5.2 Pro in particular is very much in my regular rotation, and when it comes to a lot of heavy intellectual work, there are many folks who swear by it. Images, frankly, was better than I expected, given how much pressure they had to put that out given Nano Banana Pro. And so even though Gemini and Google had really won a ton of momentum, I do think that the ChatGPT releases in December maybe didn't fully stem the bleeding, but for people who weren't interested in the horse race and just wanted high-performing models, you felt very lucky with all the options you had over the holiday season. But then, of course, around all of this was Claude Opus 4.5. The opinion on this model has done nothing but go up and up and up and up. So much so that in a last-minute upset, I actually said that I thought it might end up being the most important model release of 2025, and so far, at least I think that argument is holding up. Claude Code, Opus 4.5, and AGI are terms that are very frequent co-inhabitants right now of tweets and posts on social networks. Since the beginning of the year, these companies have not slowed down. In a major move to bring Claude Code to everybody else, Anthropic released Cowork, tripling down in that way on their source of narrative momentum, while Google and Apple announced the deal that was reported at the end of last year that forthcoming versions of Apple Intelligence will be powered, in fact, by Gemini models. All of this has led to a sense of a lot of momentum around Anthropic and Google, and kind of less so around OpenAI. In fact, last night I tweeted that OpenAI seemed to me to be almost conspicuously quiet, which perhaps isn't totally fair given that they announced a major product in ChatGPT Health, but still, it feels to me both like something is percolating, and also that perhaps the company decided to try to do a little bit less vague posting in this new 2026 year. Yesterday, the rumor mill kicked back up in a big way. Dan Mack tweeted, GPT 5.3, codenamed Garlic, coming soon according to a source, a very reliable source, batting 1,000, expected to be a doozy, likely with stronger pre-training and the IMO Gold-winning reasoning techniques. The AI leaker account I Rule the World responded saying that they had also heard this month, and in a separate post shared something that they had told subscribers back in December, that the 5.2 model that we got was a, quote, rushed early checkpoint and that the full model is going to drop in January. Other speculation is that the model will be multimodal, generating both images and audio, although no one seems quite clear on the naming conventions, whether it will be GPT 5.5 or even something like GPT 5.3. And of course, while these are all just rumors, although rumors with sourcing, there is also starting to be some evidence that some newness might be percolating and poking through. Andrew Curran tweeted, "My chat is acting quite differently as of last night. I assumed it was part of a new personality test group. This has happened many times over the last couple of months. OpenAI did say the next big update would make 5 more personable. It's possible it's about to arrive." Now, maybe I am wrong about the vague tweeting, given that VB from OpenAI's developer experience team posted the eyes emoji getting everyone talking as part of this conversation as well. Obviously, anytime we get a new model, it's a very exciting moment, And certainly with the stakes as high as they are, I would love to see a big, powerful effort drop that shakes the race up once again. Now, believe it or not, that wasn't the only information in the AI rumor mill. A Chinese consumer electronics blogger has a new leak from their contacts in the supply chain. They wrote, "Hearing fresh detail on OpenAI 2Go hardware project from last report. Now confirmed it's a special audio product to replace AirPod. Internal codename is SweetPea. On manufacturing, Foxconn has been told to prepare for a total of 5 devices by Q4 2028. All are not known, but a home-style device and pen are still considered. However, many sources repeated the same thing. SweetPea is now front of the line due to the priority of the Johnny Ive team. The release has been told to be near September. Volume projection 40 to 50 million in the first year. Only some details currently known. Hardware design is said to be unique, unseen before, and the main device is to be metal and resembling the shape of an eggstone. Inside the eggstone, there are 2 pills who are removed and rest behind the ear. A custom chip is being developed to allow the device to replace iPhone actions by commanding Siri. And overall, Foxconn leaders are still embarrassed by losing all AirPods programs to Lux. Now they see this as a golden chance to win back the category. We had a show last year about how sneakily AirPods could be the most obvious AI device form factor that not enough people were thinking about in that way. And so it's interesting to see the OpenAI hardware team seemingly exploring some similar space, although of course something behind the ear is something totally different once again. Now, moving away from OpenAI but staying in the new model pool, another report of a likely model to drop very soon is the next flagship DeepSeek model. The information reports that DeepSeek V4 will be released in mid-February and will have a heavy focus on coding performance. Writes the information, the new model V4 is a successor to the V3 model DeepSeek released in December 2024. Initial tests done by DeepSeek employees based on the company's internal benchmarks showed that it outperformed existing models, such as Anthropic's Claude and OpenAI's GPT series, in coding, the sources said. The report also states that V4 will showcase DeepSeek's advances in handling extremely long context windows, which of course is critical for large coding tasks. Now, obviously, it would be quite the shakeup to have a state-of-the-art open-source coding model, but of course we don't actually know how it'll perform until we see it. Some are convinced, though, that a model codenamed Beluga on LM Arena is our first look at the whale's next release. DeepSeek fan Tier Taxes is skeptical of the sourcing but still believes the hype, posting, "I dunk on breathless insider leaks about V4, but nobody is more confident than me in what DeepSeek is about to achieve. Personally, in my opinion, it'll be the end of the road for Dario-style fantasies." Developer Vasio posted, "Feels like we're about to get another overnight jump that was clearly years in the making." DeepSeek was also in the Western press recently for a different reason, with the founder of DeepSeek's quantitative hedge fund generating returns of 57% last year. Writes Bloomberg's Joe Weisenthal, "Man, this dude's had a good couple of years." Now, if those are the forthcoming model rumors, we also got a small but real update in Veo 3.1 Ingredients to Video. The feature allows users to upload reference images for characters, props, and background to guide the video generation. Google said the upgrade makes videos more expressive and creative even with simple prompts. They also promised better visual consistency across multiple scenes to ensure clips can be easily stitched together to tell a coherent story. Veo can also now use Ingredients to Video when generating vertical videos for mobile, which wasn't previously possible. And in a last bit of lab news, which isn't a model right now but could be an interesting product in the future, Anthropic has announced the expansion of their labs team into a full-blown internal incubator. Anthropic Labs was started in mid-2024 with just 2 members and helped develop Claude Code, MCP, and more recently, Cowork. Labs will now become a more substantial part of the company, with Anthropic aiming to double the lab's headcount within the next 6 months. The expanded team will be co-led by Chief Product Officer Mike Krieger and Product Engineering Lead Ben Mann. The team will report to Anthropic President Daniela Amodei. Now, if you want to hear more about how Mike thinks about building AI products, I did an interview with him as part of our end-of-year episodes, which you can find on YouTube or on this podcast feed. Ultimately, it sounds like a big part of the move is about restructuring the team so that Anthropic's product velocity can match the rapid pace of the industry. Wrote Daniela, "The speed of advancement in AI demands a different approach in how we build, how we organize, and where we focus. Labs gives us room to break the mold and explore." Look, if it leads to more products like Claude Code, I think most folks in the industry will say count us in. For now, that's the latest on what's cooking around the AI rumor mill. Hopefully we get some real models in the next couple of weeks to explore. For now, though, appreciate you listening or watching, as always. And until next time, peace